Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whoever you are, wherever you are. I want to respond to this comment from Dragoon. Glad you made it out. Changed my life forever. The positive is it brought people together like never before. And they're talking there about 9/11. And in a separate video, I tell the story of my day and my week after 9/11, because I was in Manhattan at the time. Now, but there's another point I want to make here. And it's embarrassing, of course, to acknowledge your mistakes. But it's important to acknowledge them for a couple of reasons. Because it demonstrates that people can change. And it's important that we understand that people can change. Because after 9/11, a lot of people were afraid. And that fear has led to some terrible things, frankly. It is my opinion that it led directly to making Donald Trump possible. That without 9/11 and the backlash and the fear, the xenophobia that it created, the fear of the other and of the outside world, I don't think Donald Trump would have been possible. But at any rate, forget about that for a second. What I wanted to say was, in the weeks and months after 9/11, I said a lot of terrible things about Islam and Islamic culture, Muslims and Muslim culture. And I said those things out of ignorance. I have since come to realize that it was not a religious act to fly the planes into those buildings, as much as the people who did it might have thought it was. But what it really was a moneyed oil interest that had weaponized the religion to get those folks to commit that act and martyr themselves. But what it really was the oil money behind it. Because when you concentrate wealth in the hands of a few people, they will then think that they are entitled to own not just countries, but the people in them. And to weaponize those people to do their will, to commoditize those people, to make them money. And what the world in Saudi Arabia, the world in the oil-rich nations of the Middle East, is no different from the mentality of the Russian oligarchs who today are doing the same thing. They're weaponizing Russian orthodoxy for their own benefit, and they are waging war for no reason other than to divide the resources of this resource-rich land amongst themselves. Make no mistake. And so what we see, both in 9/11 and here, and arguably, I'll give you this, arguably, in the Iraqi war as well, is the need for oil, for this dirty fuel, this dirty energy that is poisoning the planet and concentrating wealth in the hands of a very small number of people who then don't want to let it go. They use that wealth and turn it into power, and they're addicted to it. As bad as the economy is addicted to oil, these people are addicted to wealth and power, and we got to break that cycle. If any good comes out of this nightmare, heinous barbarism of Vladimir Putin's in Ukraine, if any good comes out of it, let it be that we shed our dependency on fossil fuels and open up the world to a new age of egalitarian access to energy so that everybody can have a washing machine, no matter where they are, with infrastructure, without infrastructure, but most definitely without oil. That's my 2 cents.